Hello, my name is Zombie878 and welcome back to another video. Today we just got an update in Rec Room and let's go over some of the things that they added with this update, starting with the pool table in the bowling alley. I'll meet you there. Hello, so in the bowling alley we have it where we can now grab these grab these cues off the wall. I don't think that's what they're called. I think they're just called sticks or whatever. Anyway, we grab these off the wall, and if you want to play 8-ball, you hold that, and if you want to play 9-ball, you hold that. So let's start off with 8-ball. It will just spawn it in. And a lot of people don't know how to do this yet, so let me show you. So when you grab this off the wall,
press the start button on the scoreboard to play.
When you grab the ding off the wall, you want to grab it with your second hand. You want to let go of your first hand because it just sticks in your hand unless you press plus. So it's just like the sword or bow in Quest. So you grab it, let go of the trigger. You want to grab it with your other hand, but you want to hold on to that trigger. Otherwise, you won't be able to shoot. You want to aim it at the ball right here, whatever shot you think is the best. You want to pull back on your right trigger. So you want to hold down both triggers to get it in this state where you can do this. And then when you're holding both triggers down, you want to move the right stick. I mean, I'm saying right stick because I think this is a controller. You want to pull back your right controller because your right controller will control it. Whatever hand you grab it with is the one that you control this with. So let's go over this real quick. You grab it, but you let go of the trigger because it will stay in your hand. You grab the top of it with your left hand, but you hold the trigger down. Then when you're ready to shoot and you have a good spot aimed at it, you want to hold down both triggers when you got it aimed at a good spot. And then when you're holding down both triggers, you want to move the right motion controller, and the further you got it back is the more power you got. So let's not put that much power into this. And that is how you play the new pool. Let's go for this easy shot right here. Looks like an easy shot. There we go. And then we have 9-ball, which will put it in a diamond shape. Just like it said, 9 balls, put it in a diamond shape. And yeah, that is different from the 8-ball because the 8-ball uses all of them. And of course I got this ball. The white ball does not go in these. If the white ball does go in these, then it will pop up right here. Your objective of pool is to shoot the white ball, not the other balls, and get it in to the black holes, the colored balls, like that. And then of course we have this where you can't just like grab all the balls and put them in. But why would you do that when you can just do this and they will all be prepared for you like that? Welcome. So what I wanted to say before we left is you can put the pool tables in custom rooms. It is probably going to be in either toys or sports, probably in the sports section. Yeah, the pool cue, so spawn in those. the pool cue rack, so if you want to put them up there. And you got the triangle and the pool table. So you can put them in custom rooms, and you can also change the color. So let's change it to hot pink, because why not? Hot pink is the best color. So yeah, there we go. You can't change the color of those though. But now we got a pink table. Nice. Okay, so now we are on to this text right here. And I just went ahead and put, "Hi, how are you?" with a period. And you see all these things, but don't worry, they're all pretty simple. So the blue one is the text selector, just like the sign. It will select the text. And the pink one is the color of the text, so whatever color you want. Let's make this, what's a good color? Let's make this white. So white's 13, and then you got the material, so glowing. You got all this material. Let's make it glowing to make it look intimidating. And then you got hidden, which will hide the text. So let's say you're playing a map, you just walk over here and there's a sign there. So let's say you got a horror map where you have a bunch of text everywhere, but it's hidden. But when you get the objective and you go back, the sign will appear on the wall. And these are just text variables. So we have B, oh, let me take it off of hidden. We have text variable B, text variable G, and text variable R. And this is how it looks when you configure it. So you have 4 texts. Well, 5 if you count 0. Then you can put it on the left, the right, or the center. You have the thickness of it. So let's just bump that up to 10. Oh my gosh. That looks, let's bump that back to 1. You got character spacing. So let's just say you put that at 10. Okay. Over here you have the line spacing. So let's put that at 10 too, so you can see what that is. That just spaces out the lines, I'm guessing, when you have other words and things on there, like big sentences. Was this at 0 or 1 before? I'm just putting at 0. And that is, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about the text selector. Whenever you activate something, or you want to change the text, you can have the text change by changing the events. It only changed one time because I have the trigger zone here, but if I did have a combinator chip, I could add 1 and it would change. So let's move on to the last thing, which is you can strafe. So if you're on this is for PlayStation VR players. So if you're an Oculus, you know, any other VR player, you don't need to listen. If you're on PlayStation VR, your hand that you walk with, I walk with my left hand. So on my left controller, I have a circle button and an X button, and you notice that I'm moving based on which button that I press, and it may feel wonky like this. I've seen people all day like, why does the strafing act like this? And it may feel weird at first, but the conclusion I came up with is when you're pressing one of the buttons, you can move with your head. So you notice how none of my hands are moving, but I'm moving with my head back and forth. And you can't do this on PlayStation. Usually on PlayStation you would have to do this. But now, with the strafing button, you can move with your hand, with your head. So just hold down the circle button, and as you notice, I'm also going backwards, which is perfect for PlayStation because you can't go backwards unless you either turn around or do this, which does not put you in a very desirable situation. With the X button makes you go forward. I haven't figured out the X button yet, but usually when you turn around is when the strafing button works. Like right now, if I press X, I just go forward. It kind of feels like it works when it either wants to or wherever you're facing, or maybe you gotta activate certain events for it to happen. But yeah, it just seems weird because you go straight with the X button here, but if I turn around and I use the X button, it works like my circle button. But if I turn this way, it stops strafing me and I go straight. The same with the circle button. With the circle button, I'll go straight in this direction, or I won't strafe that much. And if I am in this direction and I use the circle button, it works with my head. So it's all about the head. So if you're aiming right, it will aim you right. Just keep going right and left, and it will also make you go backwards. So if you're trying to get away from a situation in PvP, you can do that. Well, thank you for listening to this short video. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.